Are you dating another emotionally unavailable musician who thinks commitment is a government conspiracy? Is your type starting to feel suspiciously like a spiritual tax you forgot to file? Well, maybe the Tao can help you find love without repeating the same karmic group project again. Watch all the way to the end of this video to get 3 powerful tips for your romantic journey. Hey true lovers, I'm Haim with Be Love Media, and after 3 failed marriages, I decided to give the wisdom of the Tao a try to see if it can help me attract my best relationship yet. And guess what? At 50 years old, it finally worked. I finally nailed it. And now I want to share this miracle with you so you don't have to go through what I did. Welcome to our Tao Te Ching series, where we go over one of the 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching and squeeze some wisdom juice to help you with your romantic decisions on your way to find the best relationship of your life. So I'm going to start off by reading verse 3 of the most impactful source of wisdom I've ever encountered. And trust me, I'm passionate about those things. I looked everywhere. Anything from Kabbalah to Buddhism to Hinduism, Judaism, and then landed on Tao Te Ching. Granted, I love combining it into some kind of fusion as I guide my decisions in life, but the Tao Te Ching is something that I got so enthralled in when I was in the lowest point of my life after breaking up my 3rd marriage right around the beginning of the pandemic of 2020. And I decided I have to do something different. And I found the Tao Te Ching, a 2,600-year-old wisdom written by Lao Tzu, an ancient sage. And I just couldn't let it go. I can't even count the amount of time I watched countless YouTubes and read countless or many translations of the same writing just so I can get different angles of this amazing scripture. So let's start with verse 3. When the best leader's work is done, the people say, "We did it ourselves." If you overesteem great men, people become powerless. If you overvalue possessions, people begin to steal. The master leads by emptying people's minds and filling their cores, by weakening their ambition and toughening their resolve. He helps people lose everything they know, everything they desire, and creates confusion in those who think they know. This translation by Stephen Mitchell. So let's go through 5 insights from verse 3 and apply to choosing romantic partners, something I'm very passionate about. And after, as I said, 3 divorces, after a lot of soul search, a lot of studying of this wisdom and other ones that I mentioned before, I felt that I was getting closer and closer and closer until I met the love of my life, my best friend, and now my wife, Rachel, and now enjoying this blissful existence of a relationship that has very little drama, has very little chaos, if any, and has a lot of mutual understanding, mutual giving. I can go on and on. It's exciting when you get to that point, but I didn't get there without lots of pain and heartache. So, first insight from verse 3 of the Tao Te Ching: don't overesteem the surface. That 6-pack or crystal collection is nice, but does your potential partner listen when you speak? Or are they just waiting to talk about their next ayahuasca trip? Value substance over spectacle. And you know, in the society that we live now, when everything is about social media, about how good I look, about avoiding looking bad. You know, everybody's social media account looks like all they do is go to Hawaii every other weekend, and how amazing their life is, when life in reality is never like that, is it? So did you find a potential partner, somebody you just started dating or somebody you're getting to know, that is willing to talk about the tough parts of life, or are they just talking about their next choice of car or next sunglasses? Is their social media profile filled with selfies and their lunch that they just had in their favorite restaurant, or do they talk about real things in life? Do they listen? Powerful stuff. Insight number 2, release the illusion of the one. The Tao reminds us not to cling to ideals. Looking for the perfect partner creates pressure and disappointment. Seek connection, not perfection. Insight number 3, look for emotional centering, not just passion. The feeling of course, as mentioned in that verse, suggests depth. Does your partner help you feel grounded, or just exhausted and confused after every conversation? We know those vampires, right? That, so to speak, that when you talk to them, after every conversation you talk to them, you feel exhausted, you feel drained, right? They either just want to talk about themselves and their conquests and victories or whatnot, or complaining, or they want to suck your energy. And is that something you want to be around for the rest of your life? Is that something that fills you with joy? There's nothing wrong with listening to other people's struggles, right? That's what we talk about when we talk about real conversations, about real things in life. But are they capable of sharing both the joy and the struggle, or is it just one of them? Are they listening truly and interested genuinely in what you have to share? Is there this beautiful conversational give and take? Important, isn't it? Insight 4, avoid performative ambition in life. If someone is more in love with the idea of a relationship than being in one, take that as your cue. Ambition for titles, power couples, right? We know that one, kills the present moment. So it's not that hard to see when somebody behaves like a performer, right? Like, look how amazing we are. I remember many, many years ago dating somebody for merely, I don't know, a week. And, you know, we were having fun. It was going okay. We were still getting to know each other. But a week into it, she paused at one point and she told me, isn't that amazing, Haim, that you already found the love of your life so quickly? And, you know, it took me a minute to process what she said, but that's seeking for titles, right? Oh, I'm the love of your life. And never mind the posture behind it that feels like, I'm so amazing. You must be happy that you found me. Something to be aware of. Last insight, number 5. Let go of the need to know where it's going. Tao invites you into flow. The best relationships often grow slowly and quietly, not in a dramatic 3-week spiral into a cohabitation and chaos. You know, I'm afraid I've been there. You know, in several of my relationships, it didn't take more than a couple of weeks or a couple of months for us to move in together. What is that about? Now, when it happens from the right space, it could happen. But is it really coming from maturity, or it's coming from desperation? I remember in one of my previous relationships, 2 months into the dating, we had a conversation and we said, hey, you don't like your roommates, I don't like my roommates. We were in roommate situation back then. And maybe we should move in together. Really? That's a good reason to move in together? Not because we want to move the relationship to the next level? Not because we have such wonderful time and we get each other? What about the conversation of playing the devil's advocate? Well, maybe we should wait a little bit. Maybe I should sort out my problems with my roommate. Maybe I should move out on my own for a while, and then we can look into it a couple of months down the road, maybe a year down the road. But when you're desperate, when you're in a rush, that thinking is not there, is it? So, as I promised 3 practical pieces of advice for romantic clarity based on this verse. But first, if you like what you hear here, if you're getting value out of it, subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share so we can show this content to more people out there. So here we go. 3 practical pieces of advice. Journal after every date, no exceptions. Write 3 honest bullet points about how you felt with that person. Do they align with your values or just your trauma bonding patterns? Number 2, date at the speed of reality, not fantasy. Give space between meetings. I know it's hard for a lot of us to do. I know it was hard for me for a while. Let silence teach you what noise often hides. Are you feeling weird around that person? Are you feeling that they're pushing for a certain agenda? Maybe they want to get physical really quick. Maybe you want to get physical really quick. Watch out for that. If you're bored without them, that's a clue. Should you be bored? Shouldn't you have fun on your own? Nugget number 3, make a core values list before swiping again on that Tinder account. Write down how you want to feel in a relationship. If someone doesn't foster those feelings early on, exit stage left with your inner peace intact. So that's it for this video. If this video helped you laugh and dodge another emotionally unavailable healer, then do the sacred thing. Hit that like button like it's your ex's number you're finally deleting. Comment below with your biggest dating lesson or disaster. We're all family here. Share this with someone who's dating their 6th twin flame this year. And subscribe, because spiritual growth shouldn't come with unnecessary drama or text messages that start with, "Hey, you up?" Until next time, true lovers, stay grounded, stay weird, and may your next partner be as emotionally available as your Wi-Fi connection. Peace out.